Just after a rehearsal at a concert recently, a new friend, Nitika, looked at me and asked something like, how do you even begin to explain yourself? First time someone asked me, this was in Goa, after an inner mehfil, an intimate performance circle. Different persons, same question, same expression on their face. Both times my answer came from the same place, not from figuring out in the moment, from having already stopped trying long time ago before anyone asked. It's a humanly impossible question for me to tell you who I am. What you know about me is not everything. What even I know about me isn't everything. And somewhere along the way, that stopped feeling like a problem. It started feeling like the answer. Welcome to Aligned Hearts. I am Mayoori. Today we are going to talk about lives that refuse to fit a label and why that refusal might be the most honest thing about you. You've heard this your whole life. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jack of all trades, master of none. This is used to gently diminish people who do more than one thing. Well, said with a particular kind of patience, like they are explaining something obvious to someone who hasn't quite accepted it yet, here's what they leave out. The original expression actually reads, a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. The second half was dropped. Deliberately or not, it was dropped. And with it, a whole understanding of human potential got quietly buried. Da Vinci painted, engineered, mapped anatomy, composed music, designed flying machines. He wasn't dabbling across fields. He was compounding across them. The light in his paintings came from his study of optics. The grace in his figures came from his dissection of bodies. Every domain fed every other domain. The multiplicity wasn't the distraction, it was the method. Well, about me, I was a journalist. Full chain, field reporting, press conferences, writing, sub-editing, then a master's at MIC, Manipal, where I shot, edited, did color corrections, multicam live shoots, piece to cameras, the whole thing. Nothing outsourced. Then 14 years in advertising. Ogilvy, Lowlintas, BBDO, strategy to production, multi-crore campaigns, awards. While that was the visible life, nobody around me knew I was also a Sanskrit scholar with 9 gold medals at a state level. That I had done a degree specialization in Sanskrit. That I was simultaneously working with NGOs at the grassroots, from laying hospital foundations to OPD visits, offering free healing work after full work days, sometimes till 10:30 at night. And through all of this, surviving with my family, something I'll speak about in another episode, then music, sitar, kathak, coaching, the Sri Vidya path, clinical hypnotherapy, EFT, past life regression, neuroscience, polyvagal theory. And then one day I stepped away from all the known things, all the labels. I went into a cocoon. I had lived many lives in a very short time. And the people who knew one version of me had no idea about the rest. Neuroscience calls it cognitive flexibility, inflexibility. The brain's ability to move between frameworks to hold multiple lenses at once, and the lack of it is called inflexibility. Consistently, research shows that people with cross-domain experience demonstrate this far more than specialists. But what's more interesting is what happens structurally. Every new domain builds new neural pathways, and varied pathways form unexpected connections. What researchers call associative thinking. This is where original thought actually lives, not at the bottom of one deep tunnel. At the intersection of many. Steve Jobs audited a calligraphy class after dropping out of college. A seemingly useless detour. That detour became the typography of the Macintosh. Your varied life isn't scattered, it's a network. And networks are far harder to destroy than single highways. If this is resonating, follow the Aligned Hearts right now. Every episode goes exactly very deep to the method of deconstructing new meanings. Okay, back in. Alan Watts said, life is not a journey towards a destination. It's music. You don't listen to a symphony to get to the final note. The point is the playing. The person who insists you pick a lane is listening for that last note. They want resolution, categorization, a clean answer to, but what do you do? But some lives, and I'm talking mostly on behalf of the people who I also have the privilege of calling as friends, who struggle with a very similar disidentification of too many labels. They live as symphonies. And symphonies don't answer that question. They render it irrelevant. In our scriptures, the traditional point of view of life, it's very clear about this. And the same goes for physics. It reiterates the same fact. We are all headed towards becoming ash. Whether you believe in what comes after or not, that part is non-negotiable. But Sanskrita holds a concept that I find quite extraordinary. It's called Samskaras. Some sort of a tendency, a proclivity to being a certain way. The impressions, if I may call it so. Not your achievements, not your titles, the fragrance that rises when you are crushed. What will you smell of when the pressure is highest, when the rules are strict, when the labels fall away? That fragrance built through every room you have inhabited, every skill you accumulated, every life lived with this one. That is yours. Unreplicably yours. Irrevocably yours. For those who believe in continuity beyond this body, those samskaras carry forward. They are the seeds of the next unfolding. For those who don't believe in it, then as long as you live, let this free you. Free you from being a predictable being with predictable thoughts and a label that someone else coined. If you're a CEO, ask yourself sincerely, who are you without that title and without that company? Because that position is replaceable. You innate or replaceable. Every organization has learned this. Every person eventually does. The question underneath, who am I beyond what I do, cannot be postponed forever. It will find you. The only variable is whether you meet it with curiosity or with crisis. I still feel insufficient, genuinely. There is so much I haven't done and I want to do. I haven't learned and I want to learn. I haven't become and I want to. The laboratory isn't closing. The richness gathered so far, it's not a collection of unrelated things. It's a hue, my hue, made of colors that no single lane, no single color could have resulted in being that. Your uniqueness is always a cumulative effect, never a copy-paste of whatever template is trending. So grow yourself as a versatile being, not because it looks impressive, because it is the most honest expression of what a human life can actually be. And the next time someone hands you half a coat to put you in your place, remember the half they left out. Oftentimes better than a master of one. I am Mayoori. This is the Aligned Hearts, and you, all of you, every sprawling, uncontainable version of you were never a waste. You were always the whole point. See you in my next episode.